Hello, you find me in my little corner again, still with said towels and two jackets now. I don't use these towels, by the way, but I need to take them down and wash them and then put them back up. But the problem is they are my designated light blocker towels. So anyway, I have got a video to edit today. I've actually got two videos to edit that I want to edit either today or tomorrow because I have a wedding on Saturday. Again. I have a wedding on Saturday, so I want to get these videos done because then next week is just going to be a focus on uni week because I go back on Wednesday. But I thought I would have a little chat with you until my camera dies. Actually, my charger is right here. When has that ever happened? What the heck? Now you are. Hey, how are you? Anyway, I don't know where this clip is gonna go, whether you're gonna see it in like an actual vlog. Maybe I'll vlog today of just ramblings, really, because I'm not actually doing anything. But I have been really struggling. I'm really struggling, and I think it's just been a really like overwhelming couple of weeks. Really like stressful. For example, like, when was it, 2 weeks ago I was in hospital. Yeah, 2 weeks ago I was in hospital, came out, went basically straight away, went away with the kids, and then the week after I had the wedding, and then this week I've got the wedding obviously again, and it's been a relaxing week of the fact that like I'm not doing anything really, and I'm not feeling ill, but it has not been a mentally relaxing week. It feels like there's a lot to stress about right now, and it doesn't help the fact that I am going back to uni in like a matter of days, and I can't do change. I can't do transitions. I just don't like it. Every part of my bones, every part of my brain, my back's really hurting. Every part of my brain, why is my every little fibre of my being is telling me to just drop out of uni and get a full-time job. And I don't want to do that. But I do. I don't want to, actually, no. I don't want to because I worked so hard in first year. I'm only going into my second year, and I would just feel such a failure for the rest of my life if I couldn't manage to do it. Do you know what I mean? It's 2 more years. And obviously a whole lot more work, but I just think it's such a good thing to do, and it would be so good for my self-esteem, if I'm honest, if I like actually have a degree. Like, I've never felt academic, like smart enough. I've always thought, like, because I left school when I was 16, went to college for like a matter of months because I just went to get my maths GCSE, and then I didn't go back. And then I've just been working ever since, until obviously last year that I decided to go to uni. But I've just always felt a bit like behind from my friends, of the fact that like they were like in sixth form or college, and like most of my, not friends, I mean like my peers, most of them went to uni, and obviously they've graduated now. They're like getting engaged, one's married, some are engaged, some are had babies, some are pregnant, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I know, like, I'm 23, like, that isn't the standard, but it feels like it's the standard for this day and age. So I don't know, I've just always felt not good enough for, like, in comparison to like all of my peers. So I just know that that will amplify that feeling if I'm like, well, I couldn't even last a degree. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't even get a degree. It's not that I struggle. I feel like there's a hair. Oh, hey. I feel like there's a hair on my face. It's not like I struggle with the work side, because it isn't like an academic course, right? It's photography. It is quite academic, of the fact that like I still have to write like essays and presentations and all of that jazz, but it's not taxing. It's like fun because it's photography. And I've got a lot of practical work, obviously, but I don't know, I just feel like I can't do that because like that, I wouldn't be doing myself any favors. Like I wouldn't be doing future me justice or past me justice. I don't know the way to say that, but I just wouldn't be fulfilling what I once wanted to do, and that just makes me feel shit anyway, because I do that in every aspect of my life because of a little bit ADHD. I don't finish things, or I'll start a hobby and move on to the next just as quick as I started it, you know. And it's like at one point I really wanted to do that thing, and like I never did it. Like, for example, growing up I always wanted to be a paramedic, and I still kind of do, but I always wanted to be a paramedic. And then I got offered a job as a call handler, and then they realised that it was during lockdown, and they realised that I wasn't 18. I was like 17. I was turning 18 in the July. But I don't know why they messed up on the paperwork, basically. And then they were taking ages to give me a start date, like so long, and I just thought, no, just withdraw it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just not meant to be. And like, that's fair enough. Do you know what I mean? And it was like, then I was like, because I couldn't ever go into being a paramedic through like the academic route, because I wasn't smart enough, basically. And I wasn't good enough in school for that. So going through like the call handler route, that was my way in, and because that didn't work out, it just felt very disheartening. So then I just sort of gave up on that and just never really mentioned it again. And like, I do that all the time, and it's so fucking frustrating. Like, I can never stick to anything. I can't even stick to friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have friends because I can't keep up with like messaging them all the time, or like, unless they're like actively like, oh, I'm doing this and I'm seeing, I'm like, hell no. Ew. Unless they're like actively like, oh, I'm doing this, you're coming, or like, do you want to come, or like, I don't know, do you want to come round, or do you want to see me, or like all this stuff. And like, because I just feel like stupid for saying it, because most of the time, if I say to somebody like, oh, do you want to come over, or like, do you want to not come over, I actually never say that. But like, do you want to do this? And there's always something. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's got a life, so it's never like, oh yeah, I'd love to do that. It's always like, oh no, I'm a bit busy, or I can't come, or whatever. So I don't know. I always feel embarrassed to then be that person, because the amount of times I've tried to be that person and it's just backfired. So I've just wiped a load of dust from my desk. So I don't ever be that person. And so I just wait for people to offer me that, or like be that person for me. And most of the time people don't, because again, they have their life, like they're busy, I guess. But I don't know, it's just frustrating that like my brain's default when everything gets a bit too much is just, fuck it, we'll quit our job. I've done that. Like, I just quit my job. Like, I randomly quit my job. And I've done that multiple times. Just don't show up. Or it's like, well, she won't be friends anymore, I guess. And I never speak to that person again. So it's like it's a trauma response, and it's like the way my brain is, it's wired, is like instantly, as soon as there's a level of rejection, my brain instantly goes, well, don't worry, because I was going to kill myself or move countries anyway. So don't even worry that you've rejected me, because I was actually going to move to Australia. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, that's really dramatic. That's really dramatic, and I don't mean that. That's obviously not what I'm talking about. But it is on that level. Like, if I had the freedom, if I had the money, 100% I would have emigrated to another country by now, because my response when things get hard, like, all I wanted to do this week is not run away. That sounds like stupid, like I'm gonna go see Peter Pan or something. But no, like, it's just to flee and just to be somewhere else and be away from the stress that is my life. And then I just sort of came to the realization that I can't keep like running from my problems. Do you know what I mean? Because they seem to follow me. They always find me. So I don't know, I'm just having a bit of like a crisis, some may say. Anyway, yeah, so I just hate that my brain does that, if I'm completely honest. But anyway, yeah, it's just, I don't know whether it's BPD, ADHD, whatever, or just like a trauma response, but it happens all the time, and it's happened all my life, and I'm 23 now. Like, I need to get my fucking shit together and stop trying to run away from life when everything gets too overwhelming, and just take it on the chin and just be like, well, like, that's happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, rather than thinking that's happened and now I need to do something drastic, because that's what it is. As soon as something happens that triggers me, in my brain, like, the instant response, like other people's is to like cry, or to like, I don't know what normal people think, maybe cry, or get angry, or sort the problem out straight away. As soon as that problem happens for me, my genuine first response is like, I'm gonna block every single person I know, and I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna go stay the night or in a hotel, and then get a train and fuck off to another place. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the first response. Or it's even deeper than that. The first response is like, well, I'm gonna kill myself. But I don't know how to stop that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get emotional. I don't know how to stop that, and obviously I've struggled with it for a very long time, because we were where we were. We were where we were. We were where I was. What? You know what I mean? But we were somewhere in March last year, and I don't ever want to be in that place again, if I'm completely honest. And I've done so well not to be. Like, I've gone through so much this year that is so, like, I feel like I've been diagnosed with PTSD twice, right? And I think it was for the same thing, but apparently I have it twice. I'm a 2-time badge. Apparently I have it twice, and now I think I have it again. But for hospitals and everything to do with that, because every single time it's like, I'm ill. Like, I know I have health anxiety, but it's just like it's like a different thing. It's like oh my God, like, it's gonna happen again. And it doesn't help the fact that obviously 2 weeks ago I was in an ambulance back in hospital, like, having all the same things, like all the same treatments, all the same, like, conversations with doctors, like, genuinely the same, of like, hey, I've had it this many times, take the fuckers out. Like, it just is, it's just too much for my brain, and I think that's why it's just so overwhelming. I don't even know what tangent I'm on right now, but this has happened for a lot of my life. Like, as a teenager, I would do it. Hence why I would just sort of play Sims or sleep all the time. Because what else do normal people do to cope? Like, that's actually my question. Let's ask ChatGPT. Pause and step back. Physical activity. Talk it out. I don't do that. Okay, so pause and step back. Take a short break, walk outside, or give themselves distance from the stressor. I don't think I do that. Physical activity, go for a walk, stretch, hit the gym, or do something active to release tension. Clearly I don't do that. Talk it out, share what's on their mind with a friend, partner, or colleague to feel supported and gain perspective. I don't do that. I don't talk. Prioritise or organise, write a to-do list, break tasks into smaller steps, or decide what can wait until later. I do that, but like 5 days after. 4 days was really specific. 5 days after. Deep rest or grounding. I do that. I take a nap. I just sleep it away. Comfort rituals. Make a cup of tea, watch a show, cook a favourite meal. I probably do that. Problem solving. If the stress comes from something fixable, they focus on tackling one practical action. Why can't I read? Instead of trying to tackle everything at once. Don't do that. So, nowhere on this list does it say they kill themselves. Or nowhere on this list do they say they pack their bags and run away and block everyone they know. Okay, that was great research. Thank you very much, ChatGPT. Anyway, I don't know, I've just done it for years now and I'm fucking sick of it, if I'm completely honest, and I don't know what can help other than really fucking expensive therapy. That is obviously not on the fucking cards, is it? I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. There's just so much. Anyway, so yeah, the wedding we did, as we got into the church, I'm sure I mentioned in the video, I actually haven't edited that video, like finished editing that video. It's going to be a really long one, by the way, and I'm just going to say I'm sorry. I don't think anyone really watches anymore, so don't you worry. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't edited that, so I don't actually know what I've said, but I think I've said about how my flash didn't work as we got into the venue. So we had barely any time to spare, literally barely any, like a minute, 2 minutes, 3, 4, 5, just less than 10 minutes, yeah. I still have this, by the way, I just felt it. Anyway, so yeah, less than 10 minutes, and I could not work out what to do. It was like a think on my feet of like, what the fuck am I going to do now? The only thing that I thought of straight away was get Will to cover the bride walking in, because obviously they're vital shots. And at the ceremony, they are the most vital shots. Everything else can either be orchestrated or it doesn't truly matter. Ceremony, it matters. That's the most important part of the day. So yeah, I asked Will to cover the bride walking in while I sorted out what the fuck was going on with my camera. And I managed to get it to a point that I was okay with, and took the photos. So then, it wasn't until the evening where I had a epiphany of the fact that my flash has batteries. And I've had this flash a year maybe. Never changed the batteries because I didn't realise they had batteries. Now this is a stupid moment from me, absolutely stupid, and I'm praying that nobody thinks it is a reflection on my work as a photographer, but I genuinely thought that this was just a forever charged, forever working thing. It did not ever cross my mind that I may have to charge it, or it may have to, like, the batteries may have to be replaced or anything. Did not fucking occur to me. So I was thinking, my flash is broke. Wonderful. Great. Add that to the expenses, right? I cannot afford to live, let alone buy a new flash. So I was really fucking annoyed. And then I was like playing around. And I did this. Hold on. Cut. Why can't I open it now? What the hell? Is it jammed? Anyway. Okay, let me do that again. And then I did this. I just pretended to do that because I couldn't open it. Anyway. And I saw that there was batteries. I looked at Will, I was like, you fucking joking? So I used batteries that Will had on him. Didn't really work. So then I've been thinking, right, okay, I need to get new batteries. And then, this is really boring as well, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because we're 20 minutes in now, so you might as well stay for the long haul. I was thinking, I really need some batteries. I need to order some batteries, but I don't want to go out, if I'm honest. So I'll just order some in on Deliveroo. And then I had another epiphany of thinking, hang on a minute. When I lived alone, I had a junk drawer, and in that junk drawer was a whole box of fresh AA batteries that I bought for something. I presume a control or something. Bought it from Amazon. Loads of, maybe even this probably. Because the batteries that were in here were the Amazon ones. So I've probably known at some point that it needs batteries, but obviously I've forgotten. ADHD, just forget everything. Anyway. So yeah, anyway, so I was like, where is it in this flat? Because I was ill at the time of moving, and if I'm completely honest, I don't fucking know how I got here. And I was like, where could they be? And then I was remembering a story. This actually isn't how I found out to where they would be, but I remembered a story of when I told, I'm sure it was Georgia, this might not have happened with you, correct me if I'm wrong, but I told Georgia that I had a junk drawer when I moved into my last flat. I had a junk drawer, and I remember her laughing at me, saying that people don't have designated junk drawers, they just have drawers that become a junk drawer. That makes no sense to me. I had a drawer, and from get-go, from the day one, it was my junk drawer. Because it makes sense, that's all junk. Where am I going to put it? Oh, let me put it in the junk drawer. Not a drawer that then has become a junk drawer. Anyway. That's even besides the point. That is even not even what I was saying. Anyway, so I looked in our junk drawer. There they are. So there was a full pack, and there's 2 more in there, so there'll be more that I'll take on the day. And I've just put them into my, and it works, obviously. I mean, that's a low flash, but anyway, so it works. Now I need to now work out whether it's going to work on my camera. So that's what we're going to do this morning. We're going to go into Mum's room because Mum's curtains are quite black out. I'm going to go into Mum's room, put a lamp on, and just see if I can get good photos, if I'm honest. Just a lot of trial and error so that I know on the day, because it is another church wedding. I don't know if I've said that, but the reason why I'm panicking so much is that it's another church wedding, and that last week was the first church wedding I've done, and I did not realise. I've done 2 events, not events, but like 2 shoots in a church once, and it didn't seem that bad. Like I just sort of like, the white balance obviously was off because the church is like really warm toned, so the white balance was a bit off, but that was fine. Like I could fix that, but like the noise, it seemed okay. But no, this last wedding, it was really testing me, really fucking testing me, and I don't know what it was. I think I just succumbed to the fucking pressure, but it just sort of went wrong. So we're just gonna be a bit more prepared for this one. Let's just pretend someone's getting married. Da, da, da. Hi, yeah, do you know the bride and groom? Yes. Oh, I don't like that. Just not that much noise. Good. Works. Hello, good morning. Camera's gonna die. I just don't know why it just dies so quickly. Anyway, good morning. I have actually filmed parts of this video that you'll be watching. Let me try that again. I've actually filmed a part of this video that you're watching. I actually filmed that yesterday because it was going to be part of that video that I was filming, but I've realised that it's probably best if I do 2 separate videos here. 1 photography focused and 2 sort of like mental health focused. And that is because I had a PTSD nightmare last night. And it was very horrible, very vivid, very intense, and I woke up from it. I actually had a nightmare before that. I had a nightmare before the PTSD one, and then I had the PTSD one, and then I had almost like another one, like it was like back to back. But the first nightmare I had, I woke up and I put on the Soniolo triplets on my phone while I was watching Friends, because it, like, they just sit in there, most of their videos they're just sat in their car talking, and I just needed to hear somebody talk. Do you know what I mean? Like, just needed to, I don't know, hear a human rather than Friends, which is literally just background noise at this point, because I've watched it every single day since I was like out of the womb or something, I don't even know. But yeah, so that's what happened, and then I woke up from the PTSD nightmare and like the back-to-back nightmare, and then I just didn't go back to sleep. It's now 5 to 10. I went back to sleep for a little bit, not for very long, because Comet and Astra were like doing a marathon this morning. They were running around the flat so much, I was like proper shouting at them. And it got to I just drifted off, and they were chasing each other and like jumped all over the sofa and then like skidded on the floor, and I was like, that's it, that's enough. And then obviously, because they're like children basically, so then I shut them out of the living room, because I had come into the living room last night to actually like watch TV, because I just didn't want to go back to sleep, if I'm honest. So yeah, I did go back to sleep. Oh, I was showing you my boobs. Sorry about that. I did go back to sleep for a little bit, but not loads. So I'm still quite tired, if I'm completely honest. But anyway, we've got a food delivery coming 10 to 11. So just gonna wait for that. I'm gonna just try and focus on the positives in life today, because I was already quite stressed and already quite, fuck. already quite overwhelmed, and then just something triggered me yesterday, and that was it really. And I could just do what I've sort of always done and just dwell and make today like a complete write-off, but it's Friday. I've got the wedding tomorrow. Sunday I'm seeing the kids. So there's positives happening, and obviously I'm getting this food delivery today. I need to also pick up some stuff at some point, maybe later on today. I've done an order for, this is besides the point, but I'm just talking to get myself distracted and wait for this food. I did an order throughout the night of the cat's food. So that's coming on Monday. So, I don't know. It's really tough to sort of rewrite your brain after a, like, sort of PTSD trigger. I mean, I say PTSD, but it's the same with, like, anxiety, depression. Like, it's the same with any mental illness. But I don't know, it's just not fair, and I could talk until I'm blue in the face about how it isn't fair that I have to go through this still, and he's living his life. He's facing no consequences, and there's still a chance that he will, and I'm holding out to for that hope. But we all know what the justice system's like, and we all know the likelihood of him actually facing any justice. We all know the likelihood of him actually facing any consequences is very fucking slim. So I might never get justice, and I'm gonna have to find a way to be okay with that. And that isn't fucking fair. That really isn't fair. But yeah, I don't know. It's a lot, and it's just unfair, and it's hard. It's harder like this time because I used to have these nightmares every single fucking night. But it's harder this time because I haven't had it in a long time. So it was a complete shock. And I woke up, like, instantly feel like I'm back in that room, and it's like I'm vulnerable again and I'm not safe. And that's really hard. It's really hard to live with. And I don't want it to become a habit. I don't want it to happen again, because this is my safe space. I was never ever safe in my last flat, ever. Never felt safe, never was genuinely safe. But here I am, and it's a fresh start in here, and it's a new start, and nobody knows where I live. None of my friends know my address. Will does, but he's Will. But nobody knows where I live, so I'm safe here, and I just need to remember that, because as soon as my brain forgets that, that's when I start to spiral. So anyway, gonna wait for this delivery. When this is on charge, it never stays at this angle. It always spins around. Anyway, so Friday is chicken burgers, which I forgot I'd put down for today, and I'm actually excited because I got some M&S gluten-free chicken. Saturday, sausage, chips and peas. Meat-free sausages, obviously. Sunday is a roast. And we got all the shit for a roast. Monday is a taco bowl, because I said taco last time and Georgia laughed at me. So taco bowl. And then Tuesday is tomato pasta. And garlic bread. All gluten-free, obviously. This garlic bread is also gluten and dairy-free. No, I wasn't supposed to write gluten. I was supposed to write garlic. It's here. 6 bags this time. We only had 5 last time. Anyway, so this is a lot of stuff, and I'm aware. But I'm going back to uni, so I'm trying to, like, have things to eat during like lunches at uni. So normally I wouldn't have to buy things that I would then like, I've overthought it basically. But anyway, we're gonna do the freezer stuff first, because in my brain, as soon as it's out of a freezer or cold compartment for more than 5 minutes, it's all gonna give me food poisoning. So let's put it in, hold on. So as my family know, I'm very fucking blunt. Like, I don't mean to be at all, but I'm always just really, really blunt. And like, I am sorry for that, guys. I don't mean to be, but I just am. But anyway, sometimes it has its uses. I'm quite like sort of straightforward. I try not to be rude, but also like probably comes across as rude, to be honest. Got all of this stuff. We're gonna struggle with the freezer today. There is, I can say goodbye to this thing of ice now, it's winter. But anyway, yeah, so he was at the door with like all the bags in his hand, and obviously we're up a flight of stairs, so I said, I was like, oh hello, sorry, my buzzer's not working. He was like, oh no, it's fine. I said, are you gonna bring it up, or that kind of sounds rude. He was like, yeah, I can. I was like, yeah, that would be great. Like, I'm sure that was a normal interaction, but I'm, again, slightly on the spectrum, so I'm overthinking it. But anyway, so I'm going to give you a haul. And also there's some like luxury items in here, because I want some luxury gluten-free food, if I'm completely honest. First things first, this is very fucking luxury, and we've got this for like a pizza night, and I've been wanting to try these ever since I went gluten-free back in like April. I've been wanting to try this brand. It is a vegan and gluten-free White Rabbit pizza, sourdough pizza as well. I'm so excited to try it. But anyway, yeah, so that's gonna go at the bottom. It's 24 hours slow proof sourdough and Italian roasted tomato sauce with vegan mozzarella, but vegan, roasted tomatoes and basil paste. I'm so excited for that. And then we've got a dairy and gluten-free garlic bread. Tried these for the first time. This is another luxury brand. Tried these for the first time last week. Oh wait, Zoe's falling. Anyway, dairy and gluten-free garlic bread, and it's so good, like actually really good, and I haven't had garlic bread since going gluten-free. But there's so much shit in here, like Georgia, you will not want to see what is in here, I promise you that. But anyway, it's good, so we've got it anyway. We had spaghetti last night. Mum had normal garlic bread, and it pained me so much not to put the rest in for me. Anyway, next we've got some gluten-free salmon fried chicken. I realised I didn't get the M&S chicken for chicken burgers. I got this chicken. Why did I do that? Because I was actually really looking forward to the M&S one. For fuck's sake. Then we have this, which is really exciting. Another luxury gluten-free brand. Sagaloo gluten-free pie, spinach, potato and tomato in a coconut curry sauce. I'm so excited to try this, like a good old pie. And it's actually got quite good stuff in it, if I'm gonna, oh, you won't be able to see, but I'm not gonna tell you what's in it, but there's good stuff in it. But yeah, really fucking excited to try that. Anyway, oh, my chip bag is open. Oh, that's really open. Okay, Emma, don't think about that. That's not going to stay in your memory, because if you think about that, you're never going to eat them. Okay, let's just put it in here, and Mum could be the first one to make chips. Sorry, it looks like I'm fiddling with you. Anyway, so that's the freezer stuff done for you. No one's getting food poisoning today. Apart from that open bag of chips is throwing me off, but that's okay. Anyway, on to the rest of the stuff. We've got some parsnips for the roast, and then I'll also have a couple for a lunch or something. Oh, we've got something so exciting. So excited, I completely forgot I got this. Anyway, so these are obviously again, like I said, luxury items. This, I didn't have to get all this, but I did. Favourite yoghurt, which is dairy free. And then we've got a little dessert for me. Plant-based chocolate and vanilla cheesecake. We've got this. Now this looks so fun. So the way it was like presented on Ocado, it's a Isle of Wight tomato box, mixed family tomato box, And I had all the tomatoes that me and Mum like, because I like cherry tomatoes, but Mum likes big salad tomatoes. So we always have to just compromise on one, and normally it's just Mum's big salad tomatoes. So I've not really been having them because I just feel like I like to just eat them like grapes. And I know that's weird, but it is what it is. Anyway, we've got an Isle of Wight big family box of tomatoes. How cool is that? So we've got a beef tomato, tomatoes on the vine, some salad tomatoes, and some cherry tomatoes, some orange. That looks pink in the camera, it's not, obviously. Oh, that looks so good. I'm so excited to show Mum that. See, there's a positive for today. We've got fun tomatoes. So then we've got 2 red pepper hummuses. I love red pepper hummus so much, and I'm planning on having them. Why is he in a bag? You can't even see that. He stood in a bag. Anyway, some meat-free sausages, which I'm going to put in the freezer somewhere. I'm running out of freezer space very quickly. Some vegan cheese. And a whole big bag of carrots. And this big bag of carrots was genuinely like 60p, 65p. And that's pretty good. That's a lot of carrots. 12 eggs. I never normally get 12 eggs. I only ever get 6 eggs. But I want to make some egg mayo for uni. Like sandwiches for uni. And I have them in the morning for breakfast anyway. So I just thought it's probably a good idea to get 12. Let's pan you down so you can see Comet. Please ignore the washing and everything. Comet, what's this? What is it? Just for reference, see, it's his favourite ever treats, and he hasn't had some in a while. What's this? Oh, do you want some? You smell it? Oh, that smells good. Doesn't it smell so good? Oh, so yummy. Oh, that's the wrapper. Look, let's put it here then. Let's cover the hole. Oh, it's treats. Let's put some on the table for you. Anyway, we're going now. See you in a bit. Bye. See the I'm giving you this angle, and you're welcome, but I'm giving you this angle because I currently am not dressed, but I was going to plait my hair. I've just tried twice and very nearly had a breakdown again. Very nearly just burst into tears because it's not going right. Every time I try and plait my hair, the ends are just knotting because my hair is so long, so dead, so frizzy, so ratty, like tangled. It's not tangled, it's like it just tangles very quickly, and the bottom of my hair is so fucking dead, like a good like this much, it's just dead. It's just like a haystack. Straw is how it feels, and I'm just fucking sick of it. Sick of it, but I can't get my, I've got a spot as well. I can't get my hair done because I can't afford it, so, oh my god. Yeah, but anyway, I've had a shower. I think I'm just going to zone out and play Sims right now because I'm going to cry otherwise. It's going well. Goodbye.
Leave a comment down below with a food combo that you want us to try, and it better be good. Don't stitch us up.
I played Sims and then I had a nap, and now I've got dinner on. But we're just putting my batteries on charge. Oh wait, this is for a different video. This can go in both. Just putting my batteries on charge for tomorrow. I really need to get new batteries. I know I said it the other day, but I just really need to do that. Maybe in the new year. New batteries, new lens, new camera. Complete overhaul. Anyway. I've also done my bed, but anyway. Now we wait for these to turn green. Yeah. But it's the same texture as the working hands. Remember we used to use working hands. Oh, these ones actually are quite cool. I'm so excited for this. I did originally put in my basket, I put some gluten-free breaded M&S chicken breasts. And at some point I just changed it and thought it would be more convenient to get this one. But I forgot, and then today I was like, oh, I've got the M&S chicken breasts, and I realised I don't. I was a bit disappointed, but... It's tapped into your inner child to have a play with the water. Well, I just thought, I said in my little vlog, I said I could say goodbye to these now it's winter.
Well, that depends on you, doesn't it?